Okay, so I'm going to be replacing this trunk release lock unlock door mechanism here. I'm going to replace the lamp that's on the inside with a red LED. This is burnout currently, and so I have the housing out. If you have not seen the video on how to remove the door panel to get to this, I'll have a link in the description. You can see here that this top one is missing. I have already completed the LED replacement inside side mirror switch, so I've converted this over to red LED, so I'll leave a link in the description for that video as well. And of course I'm going to have to replace these two. I'll leave a link for that. But first of all, I'm going to need to get to this switch here, which looks like it's fairly easy to get to. There's a little hinge right here on the end, and I should be able to take... Okay, so now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to, in order to get inside this switch, we need to get this bottom piece off, this green piece, and as you can see right there, there's tabs that hold it in place. So I'm just going to take my flat blade here, this flat blade wrench that I have here, it's actually for my Dremel, and you just kind of wedge it in between just like that, and then you very gently pull out on the bottom piece while you're pushing down on this. And it's going to be a little difficult, but you got to make sure you don't break this end off. So another way that you can do it if you don't want to do it like that is just take your screwdriver or whatever you have and push in on this, but I found that that's actually easier just to slide something underneath to release it, and it should come out. Okay, I went ahead and released both sides here, and this thing should come right out, and there it is. So I bent this just a little bit, but I'll just apply a little bit of glue here just to make sure that it's nice and solid. But anyway, here's the switch. I don't need anything on this portion of the switch right here. So this is the actual mechanism here, and what I'm interested in is this little bulb right there, and it looks like there's only... Okay, so I'm pretty much sure that this right here is the positive and this is the negative for the illumination. I'll double check the wire harness to make sure, but that's the way it looks. So you've got positive and negative. This will be really easy to get out. And as you can see here, this is actually this is a regular incandescent bulb, and they put this orange sleeve over it to give it its unique color. It's just a little rubber sleeve that they put over the top of it, and that allows it to get its color. Pretty simple. But I'm going to replace this bulb with a red LED. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of these LEDs. This is a wide angle LED. You can see here it's quite a bit of a size difference there, which is fine. And in conjunction with that, I have to use a 620 ohm resistor. These are rated for 1 watt. They are fireproof, so really big resistor. I just need to make sure that I've got the room for all of this, which I know that I do. That's just going to take a little bit of work. So I'm going to go ahead and take this bulb out and then start working on it. Okay, so the red LED is actually going to come down into that little slot right there, which is where the incandescent bulb sort of slides down in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this this LED right here, bend it so that when I have it in there into the switch, it's actually pointing downward towards this outlet here, so that most of the light is going to come out of here rather than be reflected around. Even though these are wide angle, most of the light is still going to come out the top. So I'm going to go ahead and slide it in there just like that, so you can see how it's going to look like when it's done. I already tested the switches. The mechanism is not interfered in any way by the LED, and that will allow me to go ahead and get the LED down there deep, and then what I'll do is I'll get the resistor up probably in between these 2 points here. I still have yet to determine where I'm going to put it, but at least I know how I'm going to have the LED down in here. This is going to require a bit more work to get to, and what you may be able to see here is there is actually a point. I'm trying to find something I can use. There's actually a point right here that's identical to this side right here, and I actually had to file this down a little bit to bring it down, because I found that there's actually nothing that this portion right here actually connects to in any way. This one here is used. This one here on this side is actually used, so I'm going to keep it there. But this one here is not. So what I did is I filed this down, and I'll show you why I did that. The resistor is actually going to go right here. I tried to get it to come across here, but it was actually too small of a fit, and there were some points that were rubbing up against it, and I have the resistor right here. You can see here where it's been gouged into. So what I did is I was fiddling around with another way of doing this, and what I figured out is there's kind of a deep kind of area right there on the left hand side there where a resistor will nicely fit down in there. So I have the resistor, and I'm going to solder it just like that, and it's going to sit down right about right there, and then this is going to bend downward, and then I'll have the LED positioned in the spot that I normally do. But this one took a little bit more customization to be able to get it to fit, but I did manage to get it figured out. Okay, you should be able to see how I've done this. This is quite painstaking, actually, this work that was involved getting this exactly how it is. It works just fine. As you can see there, it lights up. It's pretty bright, but essentially this inner piece here I actually had to modify quite a bit. There were two grooves coming out of here, and I had to actually file them down so that this resistor would fit in there. It was really, really difficult, and what I'm going to have to do is actually get a piece of electrical tape and put down here just in case, because if this were to touch this point right underneath here, then it would effectively hit the positive without the resistor, and of course that would burn up the LED. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I'm going to go ahead and put this together to show you that it's together now, and you know, the switch works just fine, and you know, if I were to test this, I'm sure the light would work as you saw, but yeah, so everything seems to be alright. Okay, you can see where I placed a small piece of electrical tape right here just to be on the safe side, to make sure that this prong here doesn't come down and touch the what would be the positive end of the connector. And so once again, we're going to put this back together. I have to glue this a little bit because it did crack when I was trying to get it apart, unfortunately. I guess I was just a little too rough on it. So there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that. I'll put just a little touch-up glue, should work just fine. But now everything's all together. Everything is done. And I gotta say, this was the worst, by far the worst one that I've ever done. You can see here how many LEDs I actually went through and resistors, because I had a real problem getting the right length and the right angle, and soldering in those 2 points was extremely difficult. So I will definitely be able to salvage these, there's no doubt about it, but you can see how many attempts I've made at it to get it right. So all I'm saying is take your time. I mean, I had to really work with it to get it to where it was supposed to you know, be. So hopefully watching this video you'll be able to get some, you know, some tips on how to do it. I couldn't really figure out any other way to do it, but you know, that's just the way that it is. Okay, I know it's hard to see, but this is actually the trunk release door lock and door unlock button. This has been replaced with a red LED. Not nearly as bright as I had hoped. It is slightly brighter than the stock, and it has more of a deep red color to it. It's hard to explain, it's hard to see on camera, but it does look a lot better than it did before, that's for sure. And I can see, looking across at the passenger window, up and down, as well as lock and unlock, and it's definitely brighter, but not that much brighter. And I'm really honestly not too worried about it that much, because it was burnout anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, alright, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Remember to do this at your own risk. There's always a possibility if you do something wrong, you could damage something or start a fire, even worse. So, yeah, any questions? Let me know. Take care, guys.